Easy Boxing fans, this is my prediction for Danny Garcia vs Erik Morales. First of all, just want to say that there are no titles on the line for this fight. Danny will keep his titles because Erik Morales has failed a drugs test. Let me give you my thoughts about Danny Garcia. A lot of people saying that he should be fighting the year. In my opinion, he shouldn't. First of all, in my opinion, he's not the best at 140. He's a good fighter, don't get me wrong, he's a good fighter, got good left-right hooks, he's got good pop on him, good power. But I just don't, he's a nice kid. He's a nice kid, but I just don't think he should be fighting the year. I'll tell you why. First of all, his first fight was against an old Erik Morales. Yes, he won that fight, but it was an old Erik Morales that wasn't in the best of shape. And I think Erik Morales, I think it was a pretty tight fight. I think Erik Morales put up a good fight. I think what won Danny that fight was that late knockdown that swung it for him. But it was against an old, not the greatest shape Erik Morales, and Morales put up a good fight. He hurt, he busted up Danny's nose. I remember Danny's nose was all bleeding, and he gave him a tough fight. So yeah, I'll give credit to Danny for winning that fight. He won the titles. He produced a knockdown. All credit for him for producing that knockdown late on. I think you could see late on that Erik Morales' age was coming into coming into play. You could see he was getting tired, and Danny, being the younger guy, he had youth on him, on his side. But it was a good fight. But I'll give him credit for it. But I don't give him massive credit for that win. Then he goes on to fight Khan. Probably Danny Garcia's best win of his career. But let's be honest, Khan was boxing Danny's arse off early on in the fight. But then Danny caught him with a good shot, hurt him, went in for the kill, and stopped Khan. All credit to Danny for doing that, and all credit to Danny for producing the knockdown. But let's not forget, Khan was boxing his off later on in the fight. Now, if Khan had a chin, let's just say, if Khan had a chin, or Danny comes across another very good boxer who's got great boxing skills, I think they would totally outbox Danny. I really do. And if he had a good chin and he could take Danny's power, I think he could have, he would have gone on to box Danny's arse off for 12 rounds. In my opinion, probably stopped him later on. Who knows? Now, I would give Danny the fight of the year if he went on and fought a young, hungry 140 fighter. But now he's going on to fight Erik Morales, and an old Erik Morales, an out of shape Erik Morales, a very, very out of shape Erik Morales, and one that has not passed his drug test even again. And I think he's going to win this fight more easily than he won the first fight. I think he's going to win it convincingly. I think he's going to stop Erik Morales in the middle rounds, 5th, 6th round, 7th round. So I think it's going to be a much easier victory for Danny Garcia in this fight. But the reasons I don't think he should win the fight. He fought, his first fight was old Erik Morales. Second fight, and the old Erik Morales that put up a good fight against him. Second fight, yeah, he finished off Khan beautifully, brilliantly. All credit to the way he finished Khan off. But Khan was boxing his arse off early on. I just think to myself, if Khan had a chin, if he had a chin, or if Danny Garcia does come against a fighter that's got a chin and got good boxing skills, he would box his arse off, in my opinion. And thirdly, now he's coming on to fight an old Erik Morales again. I would have loved if he went on to fight someone like a Lucas Matisse or a Brandon Rios, But he's gone on to fight old Erik Morales. That's why I'm not going to give him the fight of the year. I just don't think he's, I think he's produced some good wins, but I don't think competition-wise he's really fought the very best at 140. Erik Morales, Khan, I'll say he's one of the best at 140, Khan, but I just think, and I think, yeah, the Khan win was a good win. I'll hand it to him there. I'll definitely give him credit for the Khan win more than for Erik Morales win, definitely. And if he goes on to beat Erik Morales again, and I'm sure he will, I'll still, and even if he knocks him out in the first round, I'll still give him more credit for the Khan win. Let's talk about Erik Morales. A good counter puncher. Erik Morales. He's one of the legends, isn't he? He's one of the great fighters of all time. And he's given some great nights. the Barrera fights, the Pacquiao fights, just recently the Marcus Medina fight. That was like a fight year candidate. No one gave him a chance in that fight. No one thought he was going to win that fight. Not a lot of people gave him a chance in the Danny Garcia fight. And well, he didn't win those two fights. He didn't win the Medina fight or the Danny Garcia fight, but he produced a great performance. People said he would totally get knocked out, within early on in the fight. He's going to get murdered against Marcus Medina. I was one of them. I was one of them. I said it. I was really worried about him in the Medina fight for his health. But he produced a great performance. So you never know. He may surprise us again. Here I am saying that, he's going to get stopped in the mid rounds. He's out of shape. He's old. But he said it himself. He's actually said it himself for this upcoming fight with Danny Garcia. He's found it really, really hard to make the weight. But you never know. He may surprise us all. He may, produce a great performance. He's a Mexican. He's an old dog. He may have still a bit of bite in him. He might just surprise us. I'd love for him to do that. But I just think this time it's time for him to call it a day. I think Danny Swift Garcia has come into this fight with much more confidence this time than the first fight. He's the favourite. He's the world champion. He's a Ring Magazine champion. He's just got to beat Amir Khan and beat him in a good, convincing way. Stopped him, hurt him. He got a knockdown against Erik Morales. He got knocked down Khan, and now he's probably going to knock down Erik Morales again. So he's coming in this fight with a lot of confidence. You could tell he fit. He's being in the field now like he's a world champion. I think when fighters become world champions or go and fight for a world title, sometimes they go into that as the underdog, or they go into that thinking, I'm fighting for a world title. But now he has got a world title. He's defending his world title. He's trying to keep it. He's not trying to win a world title. He's trying to keep his belts. So that straight away gives you confidence. Knowing that you're a world champion. So I think I think he's coming into this fight. I don't think he's going to show Erik Morales no respect because he's the world champion. And I think he's going to go into this fight looking to finish Erik Morales off convincingly. I don't think he will take the points. And how I said, I think a mid-round TKO victory for Danny Garcia. I would love Erik Morales to pull it off. I would love Erik Morales to roll back the years. But just can't see it happening. Danny Garcia, mid-round TKO. I'll try to get some more predictions out. A lot of fights coming up. The Kell fight coming up tomorrow. So that's going to be a hard fight for Kell. I really do. But yeah, give me your thoughts about the Danny Garcia Erik Morales fight. Erik Morales is looking in real bad shape. Danny Garcia is looking in very good shape. Give me your thoughts. How I said, mid-round TKO victory for Danny Swift Garcia. He's not the best at 140 in my opinion. He's not the fight of the year in my opinion because, how I said, he's produced some great performances, but performances against old Erik Morales. The Khan performance, I'll give him credit for that. Yeah, but let's be honest, he was getting his ass boxed early on in that performance. But he went on to stop Khan, so well done for that. But now, I would have preferred him to fight a young, hungry 140 fighter rather than give the rematch to Erik Morales. But, it is what it is. Yeah, so give me your thoughts, guys.